Welcome to episode 239 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Walton. As always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Also known as your other host. We are no longer co-hosts because that seems weird, apparently.
We've cleared that up. Co-host sounds like rookie league shit.
That's right, and we're pros.
And we're professionals, so it's just host and host.
Just ask us, we'll tell you.
Yep. Host, meet host.
Host, host.
Yeah. We host together.
Which one's the hostess with the mostess?
Well, both of us.
Both of us? We're both hosts?
I think.
Hosts with the most?
Is hostess, that's the female.
It's also a damn fine brand of cupcakes.
First and foremost. But a hostess is not male, is that correct?
No, a hostess is not male, but it's kind of a play on words. So when you say, because most, host with the most, hostess with the mostest, it's kind of like...
I don't like the male-female.
No? You think it should just be like a greeter?
It should just be host.
Just host.
It doesn't need a gender assigned to that word. You're seeing that with actor now.
You are seeing that with actor now. There's actors, there's no actresses, and there's
right.
No, it's not split anymore.
It's not necessary.
I suppose it's not because it's the same job, right?
They're all just actors.
Right.
Actors.
Maybe,
yeah.
Same thing with models. Models are models.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think we just drop it. I think it's just hosts.
For a long time, there's been a big delineation for them, and now that we're jumping up into the 21st century, we need to, I guess the world is just changing and getting more neutral, I guess.
And we're doing our little part of that.
Yes, we are. We are. We're doing.
Though, when you watch the news, they're never like, we're co-anchors. Like they're all anchors. Like they're all running that ship.
They're all bosses. There's only one captain.
Also, though,
there's only one captain.
Yeah, that's the thing. You only have one captain, though. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, the anchors aren't actually running anything.
But if you think about it, though, like they're not co-anchors. Like they're anchors.
They are.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
But they're also not the people in charge.
They answer to a person.
Like when two people direct a movie, they're co-directors.
Yeah, it sounds like one of them wasn't involved at all.
It does, but they're co-directors.
No, clearly one of them directed it and one of them was just there.
I don't know how that works because I'm neither a director nor a co-director. So
I think it's tough for two people to share a unified vision when you're talking in a creative space.
Possibly. I don't know. What about the Wachowskis? Matrix.
I don't know what their process is like.
The Matrix.
How involved are they? Is one person doing like the paperwork?
Yeah, I don't know.
If that's the case, I'd have to have a co-director because I suck at paperwork.
And there's a problem, though, since you don't have that inside information, you can't make that judgment either way.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
I'm fully qualified.
Not and be right. No, you can't.
I direct a podcast every week.
I'm calling you.
I've been a director.
Yeah, but there's no co-director, so it doesn't matter. So you don't know.
I mean, technically, I think that's you.
I am not the co-director.
I think you fall under that category. No, there's only two of us.
No, I know, but I'm not a co-director. There's one director. I've never been a director. I've always been a contributing member.
This show, in case you haven't learned, has no director. At most, it has a producer.
Yes.
And that's probably being generous with that term. It has an editor.
It does have an editor.
It has two hosts.
It has two hosts.
It has...
we do have two research analysts.
Yeah, two research analysts.
That's a good title right there.
Two fact checkers. Yeah. And they phone it in most of the time.
60-40.
Right. Clearly no marketing.
Very little marketing.
No social media department.
It's very limited.
Yeah.
However, I should say we're getting much better at least liking tweets.
Right.
So
we had some cutbacks here.
Yes.
Like any business, economy gets tough, you got to lay some people off,
Downsizing is a real thing.
You got to downsize. Yeah, it is.
It's real.
So we hook them up with a Hostess cupcake, which I've now decided is sexist.
Oh, I haven't.
We send them out the door.
No. I don't think it's sexist at all. It's different than Host.
It should just be a Host cupcake. Or maybe everyone's a hostess, and we get rid of Host.
We can do that too. I don't have a problem with it either way.
Yeah. What's your hostess of choice? The classic cupcake with the white swirl on top?
I'm a fan of that. I'm also a Twinkie guy.
Yeah.
I can get behind some Chocodiles.
Chocodiles. The Twinkie is one of those things where every so often it drifts into my mind, and I'm like, I need a Twinkie really bad.
Have you seen the new ones they have? The chocolate ones with peanut butter in the middle?
Yeah, I've had them. I didn't care for them.
No?
No. But I get a Twinkie. This happens with the regular Twinkies. I get one because I think about it for a long time. I get one and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, they never blow me away like they creep into my mind.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, and now the cupcakes I can really get behind.
Now, the cupcakes are on point every time.
Every time. The thing about Twinkies is Twinkies never go bad, which is great. But I don't know if it's something in the recipe process or not mixed right, but sometimes the spongy cake isn't quite as spongy as it should be, and sometimes the cream is just a little not quite as soft and creamy as it should be. And when that happens, it turns me off.
They taste chemically to me.
I need my Twinkies to be on point every time.
Like, if there's ever a food you can just eat and say, like, this is genetically modified, it's a Twinkie. Like, there's something about when I take a bite of it, I'm like, whoa, there's nothing in there is real.
I don't know that I have that problem.
And I eat a lot of shit that's not real, but that's the one that immediately, like, screams at me. Everything you're eating is processed, man-made.
Which is why it survives the nuclear holocaust. Or a zombie apocalypse. Right. Or whatever.
I don't know if it does. Have you ever just laid one out?
I don't know. Have you ever watched Adventureland? Is it Adventureland?
Yeah, but
no, Zombieland.
Land. Yeah, but we got, like, humidity things happening down here.
Well, they were from Arizona. Well, no humidity, I guess, but...
Right, it'll steam it up in a bag here. I don't think you want a steamed Twinkie.
Now, I have seen also they now sell frozen Twinkies that you can deep fry.
No, I've tried those too.
Are they any good?
They're okay fried. They're not worth a shit baked.
So you got to stick them in the oil.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's about frying. You can fry anything.
Oh, you can fry anything,
and it's good.
And you can
fry a cassette tape and it'd be good.
Yep, you can make healthy food bad for you in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
it takes no time at all.
And I love when people do that. I love when they take something that's semi-healthy and then they just fry it. I was looking through something the other day. They had fried hummus balls, and I'm like, perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
You took something nice and good for you, and you ruined it, and I love you for it. That's the kind of that's what makes America America right there. We improve on everybody.
Improves the air quotes, by the way.
No, fried is improved.
Now there is a place here that does deep fried pizza, where they actually bake a pizza and then batter it and then stick it in a deep fryer. And then they give you marinara sauce with it.
That sounds all right. That also sounds similar to
It's fucking delicious.
Like a Stromboli Pizzone type situation.
Yeah, like a calzone. It's similar to a calzone, I suppose.
But on a per piece basis.
Yes. It's smaller.
So this has been a while, like years ago, but there was this thing on Food Network or Cooking Channel. It's got to be Food Network because no one watches Cooking Channel, but it might have even been in New York, but you just bring anything you want and they'll fry it for you.
It's in New York City, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
anything you want to bring in, they'll deep fry it for you.
That's the kind of place I can get behind because people were just bringing in cold pizza and they were dropping it, bringing in cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Like whatever you want. They dip it in their batter, they drop it. That is the kind of business that I really love.
I can see how you would get behind that.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing I could support financially.
That's America right there.
Right, if someone brought that business idea to me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in for a couple thousand.
Yeah, that is without a doubt the southeast portion of the country.
That's up there with you.
That's in New York. Yeah, but I'm sure it's all those people visiting.
Oh, okay. Right. It's no one there. No one in New York that just loves fried food.
The thing is, in New York City, it's so big and there's so much going on. It's just a gimmick.
I'm in. I bought it.
I know you did. See? But where are you
also,
from?
I want to, for the record, I love gimmicks.
You are a gimmick guy, yes.
Yeah. And we'll just jump into this because the Night Trap physical edition goes up on limited run games.
Do we
this
seriously
week.
have to talk about this?
Yeah, because I didn't just want the physical copy.
I wanted the
special
collector's edition. So did I.
Came with a cassette tape.
I know it did.
With the fucking theme on it.
I know.
I wanted it so bad. And guess how many of us got it?
I know neither I or you.
Zero of us got it.
Dude, the first time I couldn't even get through to the cash out.
So same situation for me. The first time when I got in, it was sold out like when I refreshed the page. I guess they had like 3 the first go.
Right. And apparently they had 6 the second one because you got through to at least to the cash out round and I didn't.
So when I'd already logged in, I have an account and everything. I bought stuff from there before. So I log into my account. I'm like, this will give me a leg up. I have 2 windows going. One with the countdown clock and one with a page I'm ready to refresh. As soon as it hits 0, I refresh. Available. Quantity 1. Click it. Bam. Checkout. PayPal. Go to PayPal. Type my information in as fast as I can type. I'm not a super typer. But I could get by on a keyboard. So I type it in. Enter. Please wait. Well, so when I click on PayPal, it says, please wait. You're in line. Due to the high traffic, hold up. But you're in the order that you clicked on it. So if you stop, you reload it or whatever, you're going to go to the back of the line. It takes maybe 10 seconds. I'm in. Boom, PayPal, boom. Everything's correct. Boom, submit. Oh, there's a problem with your shopping cart. It doesn't have anything in it because that item is sold out. So it got my hopes up because I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting one of these bastards.
You got further. You got further than I did.
Yeah.
Which so actually I think is probably worse because I never had my hopes up.
So when it said you have to wait for PayPal, I'm like, I'm not getting one. Then when I went all the way through PayPal really quickly and hit the button and it said like processing your transaction, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm just going to call you and play that cassette and just let you hear it.
Yeah, you're about ready to just stick the knife right in me and twist, huh?
Then it redirects you to a page telling me I'm a piece of shit and I'm not getting one. And I was like, well.
Karma, bitch. See?
All right. I mean, it's cool. I didn't want one anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine. And they're stupid.
And we had this conversation early this week where you still had your hopes up. Where you're like, well, I don't know. There's 2 editions, though. It might be okay. I'm like, no, I'm not going to hold my breath. Right. It's not going to happen.
I've had luck in the past getting stuff. I didn't realize there was this outpouring of support for Night Trap.
Yeah, no kidding.
And this is not part of the news, but apparently they're now going to work on the second one with some of the original actors from the first one.
Not Dana Plato.
And they're going to try to ride on the coattails of the success of this, of the re-release. So
it's going to be a fucking disaster. It doesn't need a sequel. It should be left alone.
I think they did a Kickstarter and it failed. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't think it's necessary.
Most sequels aren't necessary though.
Well, I mean, to the point.
Night Trap, for anyone who hasn't played Night Trap, it's not good.
It's not good at all. So it doesn't warrant a sequel.
Yeah, I want to be clear on that. It's not good. It was unique, and it was of the time.
What was the one with Corey Haim? There was one with Corey Haim too.
I don't know.
That's the one I'd really like to see. It's not Night Trap. It's another.
You know what I miss?
Those old school. There's a bunch of traps.
Those old school where you mix the music videos.
We've talked about these before.
Yeah, but I miss them. I want those to come back.
Well, they're not going to.
But not with new music, because new music sucks.
Especially not the Marky Mark one.
I still got my fingers crossed for that.
It's not coming.
I'll mix Good Vibrations all day.
I know you will.
I've got that. I've got the Marky Mark and I've got the CNC Music Factory.
I know you do.
And
we've discussed this on this actual podcast.
They're still good. I don't know why you're so dismissive of something I love. You discuss shit all the time. How many times you talk about Mass Effect? I let that ride. I can't talk about CNC Music Factory.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Right.
I apologize.
Form of art I'm trying to speak of here.
Go ahead.
What do you think they're doing now? Working at Costco?
CNC Music Factory?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They're probably in some lounge bar in Toledo, Ohio.
Oh, man. They play every weekend.
Yeah.
At the same bar.
They're like the house band.
Oh, that sucks. You're like, we all know the song. Play something else.
Maybe they took over for the Jeff Healey band in Roadhouse.
Probably not. I'm thinking that's real. So probably not. Anyways, Night Trap, if you've never played it, it's a FMV, full motion video, and it's basically be in the right place at the right time. It's a scene selector.
Yes.
You're trying to foil the plans of the bad guys by showing up and seeing them, basically. So it's a type of situation where you'll be writing down times and places and where to be when until you bust out a full schedule and you go from here at 12:01 and here at 12:15 and you're just jumping from place to place.
Yep. Not good.
And it's not good. Are you going to get the digital or were you only interested to have the physical?
I really only wanted the physical. I don't think I need the digital.
I think I'm still going to get it.
Really?
Yeah, I played that game a whole lot growing up and it's kind of special to me and I don't remember anything about it. Except for like the pillow fight that was
gratuitous,
like the pillow,
for lack of a better word.
It's like the pillow fight that you saw in movies of that day.
Oh yeah,
of that era.
Yeah, I know.
Those don't exist.
No,
and
they never did.
I think I will enjoy watching that again. I think it will be funny.
Like I was growing up, I was completely let down. What girls' slumber parties were.
Right.
Completely let down.
Right. Well, I don't know. Like this game pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable. And if you watch it now, it will be so lame.
Right. It'll be no big...
And softcore by the standards of today.
Yeah.
But
without a doubt.
I think I want to jump back in just to see it. It's one of the few games I actually don't own the physical. This is a bad deal, but I gave that game away.
Really?
So, yeah.
To who?
My cousin, who then gave it away.
Why'd you give it to your cousin?
Because I upgraded, and he had let me borrow a whole bunch of games. And so when I got rid of my Sega CD, I gave him just everything I had. I didn't sell them. I just gave it to him to keep. So I had a Sega CD at my mom and stepdad's house and at my dad's house.
Okay,
so when I upgraded, I just gave him all the stuff he had let me borrow plus some of mine. And I still kept the games at my mom's house because I wasn't playing Night Trap at my mom's house. And it just didn't make sense for me to keep it. And then whenever I asked him about it, down the road when I was collecting, he said, well, it's in the attic. And then he went up there and was like, oh, I think I donated that church. I'm like, number one, bad game to donate at church. That was wrong. Number two, oh, man. I wanted that back. But that's all right.
It's no Sewer Shark.
Nothing. Sewer Shark sucks. Everything for Sega CD sucks.
Sonic CD wasn't horrible, but it was just Sonic.
Yeah, there was Echo too.
Looked better. Ooh, yeah, Echo.
I wouldn't mind
Echo was pretty.
Bring Echo back campaign wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that too, actually.
Yeah, I like Echo.
Echo was interesting for its time. Really was.
It was groundbreaking. Some might say.
Some might.
Back when Sega had ideas other than just releasing another Sonic game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it, Sega. Times are tough, though. I get it.
And sometimes not even on time.
Apparently. Maybe we'll hear something about that
later.
We
might even...
Foreshadowing.
Mention it. What do we do there?
Foreshadowing. Did you play some Fortnite?
Actually, I did. I didn't play a whole lot this week at all, really. It's been a crazy week at work and having to get work done around the house, so I just been so exhausted. I've been going to bed early. I think I played last Monday. I played some Fortnite, and I played some Fortnite last night. And other than that, the only thing I've played is on Tuesday. I picked up Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and that game is just—it's so hard to explain. It's good. It's very good. But it's not good in your typical, ooh, this is a fun game to play. It's not fun to play for me. It's interesting to play, and I want to keep pushing forward. But the whole premise behind it of the mental illness and all that, it's harsh. It's harsh.
The game deals with some pretty heavy.
Yeah.
heavy tones.
Yeah, and it's harsh on me as a player, and I am not the most empathetic person in the world. But I feel when I'm playing the game, and the way they frame it is that sometimes she looks at you as during the cutscenes, and I feel like I'm one of the voices in her head, because she basically is a paranoid schizophrenic. I feel like I'm one of the voices in her head, which gives me a completely different perspective on playing the game, because you're hearing all the other voices in her head as you're playing, and then she looks at you, and you're a voice in her head, and some of the voices are telling her lies. Some of the voices are just spouting nonsense. Some are just telling her she's going to die.
Don't get too deep into it, because I think that'll ruin.
Yeah, and some are just trying to get her through everything. But there's so many voices in it, and and I'm not that far into it. I beat the first boss. This is it.
Yeah.
I played.
Was that like 45 minutes?
No. I died a little bit. I would say I'm probably an hour and a half, 2 hours into it.
Right. So you're probably a third of the way through.
I don't think so.
So I've read everywhere it's about a 6-hour game. Now,
maybe.
If you're new to the podcast or didn't listen, this is $30 game. Digital only, Ninja Theory. It's their new game. And it deals with some heavy stuff, but by all accounts, there's some issues with eating saves that were happening on the Xbox One, I think.
Yeah. I had Xbox One.
Yeah, I think. It's not on Xbox, is it?
No.
It's a PS4 only? Okay, it was eating saves.
It's PS4 and PC.
Maybe PC was eating saves. Somebody was losing saves. But everything else I've read has been pretty positive about this game.
For $30 is definitely worth picking up, without a doubt.
Now, what I will say, if you played Enslaved and Heavenly Sword, this is a totally different experience.
It's completely different. Yes, it is.
If you're going in thinking you're going to get like a action, single player action game,
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I will tell you from right now, be ready to set aside just some time to play. If you're looking for something that you're like, this is a game you really need to experience and you really need to take your time with, and it is going to affect you in certain ways, you need to prepare for that experience before you go in. If you're looking to jump in, kill a couple hours, and have some fun playing a video game, this is probably not the movie for you, or the game for you. It's kind of like the difference between, if you're sitting down to watch a movie, what do I want to watch? Do I want to watch Transformers, or do I want to watch Requiem for a Dream?
Right.
Completely different experiences. One is going to take a toll on you and is going to require your concentration, and you might be affected after watching it. Transformers is 2.5 hours of robots blowing shit up. So they're completely different experiences. Understand that going in.
And you should wear headphones when you play.
And you should wear headphones when you play it. I do.
And it tells you to.
And it does tell you should. And it does. I did try it without, just because I wanted to see the difference. Yeah. And, headphones makes a huge difference.
My week was less exciting. I bookended the week with Fortnite and played Rocket League all through the middle.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Rocket League's still absolutely amazing. Fortnite's still a lot of fun with friends. When I finish the podcast today, I'm going to play some VR stuff. So that's exciting. Because I haven't played in a while. So I don't know what I'm going to jump in. I have a million things. I just got Res Infinite, so maybe I'll play that. I don't know. I'm going to play something, though, because I seriously probably have 25 games for VR.
That you still need to play.
That I've beaten no VR games.
Right.
So, yeah, I've got a ton. And I keep getting more and more behind, but I keep seeing stuff and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Let me get that. And then I do, and then I don't play it because I play Rocket League or Fortnite or something like that. So I carved out some time today after this podcast to jump in and at least play a couple hours of VR stuff.
Lucky
Even if I don't beat anything. Yeah. I'm telling you got to get one. It's time.
That's what I keep hearing. Maybe one day.
It's time. If this is your first time here, this is the official Gamestitch Podcast. A couple friends get together. We talk about all the nerdy news and video game stuff that we love. We give you our opinions on it. If you don't like it, that's okay. We're still going to give them to you. We usually wrap it up in some bullshit. We call it a dumpster fire. You can call it whatever you want. But that's part of the show, too. If you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Gamestitch. Toss us a couple bucks on there. Big news coming out on that. I don't know about big news, but news coming out on that next week. Mm-hmm. So keep your ears open.
We finally decided to embrace our roles a little bit. So we've been making some heavy, hard decisions concerning the podcast.
We've had meetings. Well, not the podcast. You make it sound like we're going away.
Well, yeah, we're not going away. There's some fundamental changes coming
to the Patreon.
Yeah,
not to the podcast. This is pretty much going to be the same.
Maybe.
It's the same.
See?
You're scaring people. I don't know why you're scaring people off right now.
I'm not scaring anybody.
You're like, we made some changes to this thing you're listening to right now, which is not true and sad and scary.
We made no changes to the podcast.
It's always free. It's not going away.
That's true.
Except for Dan's version.
And it's
the Dancast. Apparently, he made some changes too.
It's always awesome. The Dancast. We might be having one of those. That may be one of the changes we're fundamentally talking about.
Spoiler alert! It's not.
It might be now. It might be now.
Patreon.com/Gamestitch. Like I said, changes coming next week. So
yep.
Announcements coming
next week.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Nose to the
That's a weird thing to say.
Keep your eyes peeled, yeah. It seems like that would hurt.
Right.
Seems like it would hurt.
I think of peeling a potato, and then I think of doing the same thing to an eyeball, and that's gross.
Oh, how about keep your nose to the grindstone? Fuck that. How about I don't?
Yeah.
I feel like that would hurt.
I've never seen a grindstone in person, but I understand how it works.
Right.
I don't want my nose to one. Some of the things that we use, some of those sayings, they're not good.
No, they mean something from way back when, and there's something different.
They're of a time and place. They're like Night Trap. They're just like Night Trap.
Right.
They're exactly like Night Trap. Let's jump into the headlines.
Big ones.
My brain doesn't even know what to do with this first one.
I don't even know how this was going to go.
Xbox One achievement system is receiving fundamental changes. Xbox One's gamer score offers players a way to compare their achievements with their friends. But Xbox is wanting to make some changes for the people who spend a lot of time maybe playing one game and not a lot of time playing a lot of games.
I don't understand what's happening here. I don't.
Right. So
what? How is this even going to work? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Who cares?
Right. I don't know. So here's what's got the internet ablaze on this. That's got the internet freaking out. Xbox corporate vice president Mike Ybarra revealed that Microsoft is working on something that fundamentally changes its approach to achievements. We're working towards a bigger, more meaningful change about somebody's gaming accomplishments in history as an Xbox gamer.
So is it more about never mind. I don't even fucking know what it means.
We can do a lot more to reflect and let people show their gaming history and their status, he explained. Whether it's somebody who plays multiplayer in Halo 5 at a professional level, maybe they only have a 2,000 gamer score. You want to be able to celebrate that person. You want people to be in the know. This person doesn't play a lot of games, but they are world top 5 or top 10 in Halo or whatever. You want to celebrate that. That's basically what he's saying.
But no. Because
how do you celebrate it?
Here, not just that, but let's say the only game you play is Halo 5 and you're not a top, you're just some nobody off the street who plays Halo 5 multiplayer a lot. What does that have, if you're not top 5 or top tier or whatever, then how is this going to affect you? Or is this only to reflect like people who are skilled? Because now we run into a problem.
He ends his quote with, "We're going to go big in the area of letting people show off and represent their gaming history and the type of gamer they are, far more than we do with Gamerscore. As for what form the new system will take, few details were offered." However, he did say that it would not replace current gamerscore system, but complement it. So I guess if there's one sigh of relief, it's in that
you still could have your gamerscore.
It almost to me sounds like there will be gamerscore and then maybe like, they call them achievements, but maybe like actual achievements.
Gotcha.
Like, so you get gamerscore, but then you can maybe unlock an achievement for being top 5 in Halo in the world.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's a banner you get to go around your name or something like that.
That would be
in which case, I guess it's not so bad.
That's not bad, but the way they've got it explained now doesn't seem to. It's almost like they. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rewarding the people that are really good at games, but there's other places out there that do that in a different way. So why a special banner? Because you're really good at Halo, but this kid who plays just as much Halo as you and isn't as good doesn't get any recognition.
Just don't do away with the achievement system that's there,
No.
I guess if Sony came along and said, hey, we want to reward people that have played 700 hours of Rocket League, like, I think that should be rewarded because I'm one of those people.
Right, I understand.
So, it wouldn't bother me, but just don't mess with what's there because what's there works. So
yeah, I guess
we'll see how
I guess it depends on the basis that that's going to run on. Like, if a game wants to give you, like you said, an achievement banner,
a tier 2 achievement,
avatar, whatever it's going to be. However, they're going to reward it. If they want to do that because you spent this much time in this game, or you have come out at this level of multiplayer wins, this many multiplayer wins, whatever. That's fine, but don't do away with what's already there.
Achievements aren't the only Xbox One feature getting an overhaul. A big update is in store for the console. Among other changes, it will ramp up the system's home screen to focus on speed, customization, and expression. The update is scheduled to release later this year. While we're talking about the trophies thing, one of the big misses, I think, of last generation was the Xbox avatars and PlayStation Home.
Uh-huh.
And I don't say that from a bad place. I say that from, like, they had opportunity that they didn't really capitalize off of. Because I think both of those things are cool. The idea of the achievement being tied to something else you actually received.
Well, yes.
I think it's...
Like the T-shirts and...
The T-shirts for your avatar, the T-shirts in home.
Yeah.
I got this couch because I platinum Metal Gear Solid. Like, I think that stuff is cool.
Yeah.
It
was very neat.
I understand why it didn't work and why it was not cost effective, and it was one more step for the developers. But the trophies and the achievements having weight, I think, is something I would like to see in the future. However they decide,
almost
to make
like real world weight in some sense,
right? Like I got a thing for doing this thing.
That's like another example of that. That's not in the same line with some, but BioWare. If you finished Dragon Age Origins, you got a special armor for Mass Effect 2. That kind of thing. Those were cool because completing that in this situation, there was like a real world consequence in this other situation.
But those, I guess you couldn't expect them to do it for every game, but I would love to see, okay, you Platinum Rocket League, you should get a special car. Only people that Platinum get it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to segment your audience. I understand that. Like right now, there's no consequence to trophies.
Right.
But I almost think it's okay if there is. Like, I think it's okay if you get something in Mass Effect because you platinum it. I think that's okay.
Like, in the game.
In the game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I think it's too hard to have a platform like Home or like, Xbox avatars I think are probably easier to do. I think the avatars are cool. I hear people talk shit about them, but everybody sure had theirs dressed up to make it, reflect them. I mean, that's the thing. I heard people talk shit about it all the time, but then I get in and you got a little Master Chief there.
Yeah.
And all you ever play is Halo. Like, you can't tell me that you don't care a little bit because you dress that little fucker up.
Yeah. You're right.
He's not standing there in a pair of boxers.
But yeah,
like you got him looking good.
And I have no problem with that. I personally would have no problem with that in a game. As long as it wasn't as long as it didn't give you an advantage.
Right, so that's the problem. It works in some games and not others. It would have to be purely cosmetic. Or maybe even the opposite. Maybe whatever you get is actually like worse than what you would have, but you'd have to wear it because you're a baller, Like maybe it's low-level armor in a game that you don't get till you platinum, but you wear it because you're a gangster. because you put that much time and energy into the game, you don't need the high level.
Right.
Something like that's even okay, I think.
Just in some sense, and I agree with that to a certain extent. Like I said, my only thing is that it would have to be purely cosmetic. It would just have to be something to show off you platining the game, and obviously that would probably make more sense if you were able to show it off to somebody rather than if it's just an armor in a single player game.
Yeah, but even then, if you love the game enough to platinum it, you're probably okay with that too.
Well, yeah, because I loved getting the blood dragon armor for Mass Effect 2. I was like, oh, fucking cool.
Yeah,
how cool is that?
I would love to see trophies and achievements have more consequence when it comes to stuff like that. If it's just a blade, if it's going to be a new thing around my name, I don't know that I care.
Right.
But I also don't not care. So this doesn't scare me. As long as they don't change the way achievements fundamentally work and that you still get them for doing set things in games.
I mean, most of your games are going to transactions now. I wouldn't mind a platinum giving you just a free chest.
Right. See, but another concern, with the new Shadow of War, it has a buy XP with real world money. You can basically speed up the process. You can buy chests. You can pay your way to go through that game. It's a single player game. It's not affecting anybody else.
Right.
Is it a little gross? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. If you work 60 hours a week and have 4 kids, you probably need something like this if you want to beat the game.
Yeah.
So from that, as long as they didn't add fluff to this game, as long as they didn't stretch this game out to 80 hours to force people to want to pay their way through it, then I don't have a problem with it. But at the same time, when you have trophies tied to things that I could potentially buy,
you have a problem with it. Yeah, I know.
That's real gross. I'm not okay with you forcing people to spend money.
Right. In order to get that trophy.
Right. So if I could buy my way to the platinum,
right.
That's a whole bigger issue than than however you're going to enhance these things.
Yeah, I think we talked about that a few months ago. With what was that 1 hour game or whatever.
Oh yeah, but that was at least the game you were playing. This potentially you could buy your way.
Yeah.
That you just bought it and played it and you got the platinum.
And again,
this you could potentially buy.
And I do have a problem. I understand the problem with that, but it's a single player. If it's in a single player experience, I'm not sure I have as much of a problem with it because.
What if they fill that game full of fluff though?
It's only for you.
Yeah, but what if you have to grind through 60 hours now because you're not willing to spend the money?
Okay.
In an experience that's not good, it's just there for filler.
Well, the difference with that is if it becomes just fluff, I'll stop playing it. Right.
That's a fine line to walk when it comes to selling that. Like Little Big Planet, you had to collect the stuff to build. They sold an unlock pass for $5 or whatever. Mm-hmm. You could get everything, $3, whatever it was. That I don't have a problem with. If you just want to build and didn't want to play that game,
right?
I get it. But for something like this, where I don't know, it just doesn't feel good.
Well, like I said, as long as they only do that in single player experiences, I don't have a problem with it because it's somebody paying for their own self fulfillment. If it starts affecting multiplayer stuff and stuff like that, and there's a serious issue.
But it has to be cosmetic only, and
yeah.
You see games pretty much understand how to do that. Rocket League, Overwatch, they understand how to.
Yep.
CS:GO's been doing it for years with their skins. Dota, with their hats, PlayerUnknown's Battleground with their. They understand. You can't affect the game, but it's just different. Trophies to me are special to me, and some games have shitty trophies, but I can appreciate when you tell me you got a platinum. I can appreciate when someone else tells me. I appreciate when I get one. It means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that you could spend real world money to get you closer than me, I just don't. You're watering down the meaning of those trophies.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that because trophies. It doesn't bother me much if I never platinum a game.
See, I care to platinum the games that I love.
Yeah, I don't.
I want to have. When I don't have the Rocket League Platinum because they add new trophies, I still have it, but I'm not 100%. It bothers me.
It's all the Mass Effects I've played, how much I love Mass Effect, never platinum one.
See, that's crazy. I can't imagine not platinum something I put that much time
I don't want to play through the game on hardcore insanity.
I want people to look at that and be like, he loved that game.
I don't want to play it on super hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, difficulty trophies shouldn't exist anyway.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I've got three more trophies I've got to get the platinum in. You know what they are?
The trial stuff?
They're the hunting ground stuff. I don't care for that shit. I'm not going to force myself through part of a game that I don't like in order to get a trophy.
Although after you get to the end and you've got that the badass armor, is that not easy?
Well, no, because you still have to trap so many in some amount of time. This, that, the other thing.
Don't you have everything upgraded like crazy?
I do, but I don't like the trap caster, whatever it is. I that's not a fun weapon for me to use. I don't use that.
It's another game I got to get back to.
I do too. I want to play. I actually, like I said, I actually want to play through it again.
Sticking with the Xbox One updates, now everyone can join Xbox One's Insider program.
Woo-hoo.
They have changed it a little bit. They've changed how it works, though. Microsoft explained it is simplifying entry into the program, which occasionally grants early access to upcoming Xbox titles. In addition, you can now choose to move between the program's 4 tiers, provided you attain enough Insider XP. Now, keep in mind, they said this is simplified.
Mm-hmm. Now there's
some of those 4 tiers have been renamed. I'm not going to read you the description of all of these, but basically you have Alpha, Beta, Delta, and Omega, which used to be Alpha, Beta, Ring 3, Ring 4. Omega is the one anyone can join. It's the one you or I could right now log in and join.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha, invite-only access ring reserved for Xbox insiders that provide the most customer feedback.
So eventually you can upgrade yourself from Omega to Delta.
It's one more thing to keep up with. And then they kind of give you what you can expect in each ring. So like from Omega, you can look at getting 1 to 8 updates during the month. Where in Alpha you could get 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Totaling to 60 to 80 gigs. So be sure what you're wanting here.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting. I like this program. They recently did a Sea of Thieves beta.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that people got to participate in that. I'm almost a little pissed I didn't. I don't know if I talked about it last week. Got a loot crate, though. Did I tell you about this? I think I told you. I don't think I said it on the podcast.
Told me. I don't know if you said it on the podcast.
It's got the beach towel for the Sea of Thieves. It's red with a black skull, but the eyes of the skulls are like pirate ships. And the nose is like a rock. It's pretty badass. I'll never use it, though, because it's too damn cool.
Right.
To be used as just a regular towel, as a beach towel.
That'll be hung up in your room.
Yeah. It looks good. I'm excited about that game still, even though it's never coming out. Or at an undisclosed time.
It's coming out. And when it does, you'll get it live, and we'll play it.
Think about getting live now.
Really?
Just to have some free games over there. Yeah, because I don't have enough shit that I haven't played. I really want to play Slime Rancher.
I haven't been on. I actually have to turn my Xbox 360. I haven't been on in a while. Since Fortnite came out.
Yeah, mine likes to just turn itself on its own.
What's that?
Mine just likes to turn itself on all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I can't figure out what's going on.
Well, that's odd.
It turns itself on like 5 times a day.
That's not a problem I have.
And I have the Forza one, so it's like, woo, like an engine revving every time it turns itself on. I'm like, what the hell? No one touched you.
There's a car in the house.
It's a sign, I think, that it's like, what if you just played me? What if you played? I'm over here too.
Hello, play with me.
Well, I'm on. Maybe you pick up the controller and just check me out. All that love for the Switch and for the PS4, I understand it probably feels a little lonely.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about this earlier either, but I've played like hours and hours of Splatoon this week. Probably over 10 hours of Splatoon this week.
Still liking it?
Oh, yeah. Got to play the Salmon Run finally, which is like their horde mode.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's a 4-person horde mode. Not a horde mode.
Okay, a horde mode? It's my favorite mode.
And it's good.
Oh,
it's well made. It's fun. It's not available all the time, though, which is stupid.
What do you mean? Is it like a special event or something?
Yep. So you can check a calendar for the times and dates that it'll be available. And the reason it's not is because it comes with like hefty rewards.
Gotcha.
So when you play a match, you might get like on a really great day, you might get 1,000 coins for a match. if you like go off on somebody.
Yeah.
And if you reach one of the gold tiers on this, one of the gold orbs, you get like 32,000.
Nice.
So it's a huge, huge deal as far as money goes. Lets you buy a bag. I bought a shirt and tie.
Uh-huh.
I look pretty good. I bought a pair of aviators because I got money coming out my ass now.
Right.
So I got a pair of 18-karat aviators. They're 18K aviators.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And a shirt and tie. And I've got some good-looking, like, high-top Nikes that I wear with that. I look pretty good. And for playing it, you also get a reward, too, which was a mining hat, which has got the big light on the top.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool looking, too.
Right here?
Yeah, right there front and center, just like the big fucking car headlight. It's pretty cool, too, and it changes colors depending on your team that you're on. So sometimes I wear that with a shirt and tie because I'm trying to go for like a blue-collar, white-collar mix. You know, I'm trying to land right in the middle of that. Like a baby blue.
Or mine company owner. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Like I wear it because they make us.
Oh, right.
But I don't need it.
I have to when I cross this line.
When I walk outside, I put it on. But clearly it's just for a second because I've got these 18K aviators. Mm-hmm. Can't wear those at the same time either. Glasses are a hat.
I got to jump on my Bentley and...
Mm-hmm. That game's fantastic. It's more Splatoon, but it is really, really good. And I still have yet to play with anyone I know. So
still working on that.
Still looking forward to that day. Yep. Still looking forward to it.
Probably won't be me.
Probably won't be. But maybe.
Probably not.
When a friend of ours who we play with all the time, Pat Man, he the other day he jumped on. He said, "Guess what I got? You'll never believe it." My first thought was a Switch, and he was like, "No, but close." I'm like, "What's close? I don't understand what could be close to a Switch." He's like, "PlayStation VR." I'm like, "That is close." They're both things you don't necessarily need, but I think they're both great. He picked it up during that Amazon sale.
Yeah, it was a good sale.
$300 and you got 3 games with it.
3 games with it, the camera, the whole setup.
Right. Yep. Everything but the Move controllers, which he already had.
Yeah.
And I think it came with Rigs, Rush of Blood, and PSVR Worlds.
I think that's right.
Were the 3 games. It was a great deal. Second time they've done this deal. They did it like a month ago too.
No, it wasn't the same.
It was so that one I think was $350, but you got to pick between 5 games.
Yes.
But you only got 3.
Yep. Yeah. That was it.
And then GameStop, of course, was doing bundles like crazy too.
Yeah.
They're available now. They're trying to put them in people's hands. If you go to the store under the VR tab, like that culture is like alive and well in the PlayStation Store.
There is now I'll be honest, there's some games that I think look really interesting.
There's like 2 to 3 games coming out every week for VR. But it's alive and well.
I just can't right now.
Right. I'll tell you. So he didn't get to play it until last night. So I got one message from him. Mm-hmm. Which pretty much sums up the experience that I think everyone would have, unless you get sick and puke. Then that ain't cool.
What was it?
Hold on, I gotta load it here because I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to get his quote wrong.
Load.
Dude, this is amazing.
Now
he had played it during the early events where you went to Best Buy.
Uh-huh.
He had played it there and he played Eve and he was like, it's cool, but he wasn't totally sold on it.
Right.
So that was one of his concerns going in, is that it would just be like that same kind of experience. But it would appear, at least initially, like he's satisfied with his purchase.
Good for him. Good for you, Pam.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's, like I said, if you don't get sick and you have the room, like a room big enough to do it in,
mm-hmm.
I think it's well worth it. Now, if you don't qualify or you don't have the money, obviously, it's not going to be for you. But if you can do those things, I don't think anyone's going to buy it and be disappointed with the experience you have out of it, unless you can't afford it, you get sick, or you don't have a room big enough. Like if it's this or like baby food, you should probably get the baby food.
Or diapers.
Right. I mean, I don't make decisions for you, but you should probably do the baby food.
Yeah, if it's rent or
right,
car payment or VR, car payment.
But if it's this or a strip club, you probably get this.
Oh yeah,
get the VR,
definitely.
Right, because VR love you a long time. Strip club is
stripper love you for $10 worth.
It's just a in the moment situation.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure Amazon will keep doing those deals. So keep your eyes peeled or your nose to the grindstone.
There you go.
Either one. We talked about it last week. No Man's Sky teased whatever big, massive new thing was coming.
It came.
We finally got the answer to that.
It came.
Update 1.3. And what's the one thing people wanted, Dan?
Multiplayer.
Right. So what they gave you was 30 more hours of single player.
Uh-huh. And orbs.
And the smallest amount of multiplayer. Now, I don't want to come off too harsh here because I think this update is impactful. So 30 hours of story campaign. That's the biggest thing here. Procedurally generated missions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the multiplayer they've added is in a limited form.
That might be a bit of an understatement.
You can see 15 people in your universe. Or I guess on the planet you're in, whatever it is. And they Go ahead.
They appear as a white orb.
Right. They're orb bouncing around. If you're close to them, you can speak to them.
Yes, through voice chat.
Yeah. But they are just orbs that float around.
Yep.
But they've said, Sean Murray actually said, like, this is his first step. Like, just calm your tits. Like, he didn't say that. But that's what he meant.
That's you paraphrasing.
Yeah, you're right. Just let me sum up what he said. Calm your tits. Like, we have to start somewhere. And so originally, when they first talked about multiplayer, that was their original idea.
It was
orbs. That you would just be able to see those. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've made that come true. So will you eventually be able to see people running around? Maybe. The problem has always and will always be that you don't want people to fuck up the planet you're on when you're fucking it up.
Right.
Right.
You are an eco-terrorist. You don't need everyone else to be an eco-terrorist as well.
That world is persistent, so if I blow something up and go back, it's still blown up.
Right.
But if you blow it up and then I blow it up, it's a problem. So I understand. I don't want to go to planets that have all just been strip mined and there's nothing left, or you killed all the wildlife and now I can't complete a book. Or does the book automatically update to know that there's nothing left alive? Like, I don't know how any of that works. So I understand why right now it's just floating orbs. And maybe you could get together and be like, "Oh, this planet's awesome." You're like, "Yeah, it is." You're like, "Cool, see you later." Like, I don't know what the interaction is right now.
What's up there, orb guy?
Yeah. You look like an orb. Yeah, so do you. Cool. Talk later.
Maybe
whatever.
Maybe create a new profile just for No Man's Sky and call yourself Orb Guy 1.
Yeah. Or Orgob 29783.
Or, yeah, whatever. You can, whatever number you want is fine.
Yeah. So, I guess you sort of have joint exploration now.
Sure.
I still think it would be cool if you and I were on the same planet, even if we were only orbs.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, you see that?" And I'd be like, "Oh, yeah."
Look at that.
Because we see the same thing.
All right, you gotta go.
I still think that would be... Yeah, right. All right, I'm going to go right. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm leaving this planet.
Yeah, I haven't...
Maybe I'll run into you in a light year.
I haven't got into it since they've added the base building and more freighters and
the cars. The cars look real badass.
I haven't played it since any of that. I really, really need to. I thought about it. I almost did one night. I think I talked about it on a podcast, actually, where I had it ready to go and loaded up, and all of a sudden, because I hadn't played it in forever, I had like 2 hours of updates.
That's the right amount of updates.
Because for whatever reason, No Man's Sky and Rocket League don't auto-update.
So the only thing that auto-updates are the games on your main screen, not the stuff that goes into the library folder. But for whatever reason...
Not Rocket League.
Rocket League just refuses to take auto-updates. I cannot understand.
No, Rocket League
does not. It is the only game... So Fortnite's doing me the same way. Fortnite's pissing me off with that a little bit, too, because it's update every time I turn it on. And they're not auto-updating either.
Right. No, it's not.
But then some shit like Gary the Goal... The VR game that I played one time, that's not even a game, will fucking update every time. And I can't understand why Rocket League will not accept auto-updates.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's annoying.
It doesn't seem to for anyone. Everyone I know is like, what the fuck? I got to get the update, so we won't be playing for another 3 hours.
Another 3 hours.
Because Sony throttles the speed that you can get anything from them at. So it's like, I'll go make a sandwich and take a nap, and then if you guys are still on, maybe we'll play. But,
yep.
I don't know. It's interesting.
That's how it rolls. Good old Sony.
There's a ton of stuff that this update did for No Man's Sky. it made everything look better. So it made enhancements to all of the environment, which is a big deal. I'm not going to read you all these patch notes because it is seriously like 40 things.
Yeah.
But you can head over to any news story and actually read all of the nitty gritty. But the main thing to know is that you have limited multiplayer. It looks better, and it added 30 hours.
Added 30 hours of the story
Gameplay. They also added portals that let you jump from one planet to another,
which is
neat if there's a planet you want to go back to.
Yeah, it's neat
because the way it is right now, you have to fly from like area to area to area to get back.
Yep.
So the problem is I've already passed the planets that were cool and don't know how to get back because I'm so far away from them. So this would have been great at launch, but it's whatever. Hello Games, it's whatever. I ain't mad at you. I give these people credit. They said this is the beginning too.
Yeah.
Just so everyone's clear, they're no longer making any money off of No Man's Sky.
No, they're not.
It is on sale right now for $23, which is a great time to do it. And it's worth $23 in case you're wondering.
Without a doubt. It was we talked about it when it came out a year ago. It was worth $23 when it came out.
It was worth $60 to me. I had $60 worth of fun with this game.
Me too. I played that for a month straight,
right?
Probably.
Yeah, I probably played 40 or 50 hours.
Yeah, easy.
So it's a great time to pick it up. It's on sale. But Hello Game's not making any money. Now, it had a lot of shit happen at launch, but everyone still bought the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they made a fair chunk of money. But the fact that they're not just hard at work on another Joe Danger to try to make some money and not have everyone hate them, you have to respect what they're doing for this game. They've had a ton of missteps that were their fault.
Yep. It almost feels like they want No Man's Sky to... They wanted No Man's Sky to be their legacy, and it wasn't. So now they're working hard to make it their legacy that they originally envisioned.
Yeah, they haven't given up on it, which, a lot of people were like, oh, well, this was just a money grab, and it wasn't.
No.
They cared about this thing, and they got too big for their britches. I get it. It's a small team. Sean Murray probably should never speak on behalf of another game they make.
Right. He's lost all credibility.
Yeah. And that's okay. He can be the figurehead, but he probably shouldn't talk for him anymore. He still is, because fuck it, it's his. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but he shouldn't speak on behalf of Hello Games probably going forward.
Probably not good business sense.
But, they are committed to making No Man's Sky whatever they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And whatever people are asking for. So I give them credit because it in no way helps them to keep supporting this game.
Go Sean! Go Hello
And
Games.
A lot of people would have cut and run on this thing.
Yeah, they would have just cut their losses and started on...
You think EA wouldn't have fucking just
pulled
the plug, jerked the plug out on this thing and said, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
That reminds me, I heard a funny joke this week, speaking of EA. You know why EA is considered the worst games company in America?
I don't.
Because Ubisoft's in France.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, Ubisoft, though. It's pretty good, though. Except for that I think Ubisoft's a better company than EA. That's where it breaks down a little bit for me.
Ubisoft is coming along. They are making strides. Probably up until last September, they were pretty shitty.
They are, and in their defense, they're also trying to
not get taken over and bought out.
Right.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep a hostile takeover from happening.
The problem is Ubisoft is horrible at launching their games. They're great at fixing them once they've launched.
Yeah, they're doing the No Man's Sky thing. They support it.
Yeah.
Dude, Rainbow Six Siege was dead on arrival.
Yeah, and now
that game now has a massive following.
Yeah.
That game wasn't just it did okay, it was fucking dead.
For Honor was...
And For Honor might have taken too long to fix.
But yeah, they suck at launch, but they still support it, so... And update
Speaking of sucking at launch, 4 days before its release, Sonic Mania for PC has been delayed. That's the right time to delay a game, in case you're wondering. 4 days before you're supposed to have it.
It's still going to come out on the other consoles, but it is delayed for PC because they're trying to optimize.
I like that optimization.
Yeah. Because they don't want to release any game that is not the best of what it can be.
Yeah, I think that's what Sega's tagline.
So
here's the thing, though.
Whether that
we
means
release it shitty and broken, and you're upset, or we delay it and you're upset.
Right. Either way, you're going to be upset. They are giving you a free Steam download of, I believe, the original Sonic the Hedgehog for free.
Yes, and it's only delayed till August 29th.
Yeah, so it's like 2 weeks.
So if you had taken off of work to play Sonic Mania, first off, number one, fuck you. Number two, like, you're still going to get it. Like, it's right around the corner. And Sonic Mania looks awesome, and I'm upset that I did not get the collector's edition of it.
Now, here's my question. What kind of optimization could you possibly do in 2 weeks?
I think make him go faster. That's the only kind of optimization Sonic ever needs. Go faster.
I just don't know what they're doing here. I feel like they found a bunch of bugs and got to get them fixed.
Go faster.
Go faster.
So you'll get Sonic 1 now. You'll get a Steam code for Sonic 1. Which is, hey, I'll tell you what, as a console owner, if I could wait 2 weeks and also get Sonic 1 for free, I would do that.
You would, yeah.
Like, if I was getting this on Switch, and they said you could wait 2 weeks and just get a free copy of Sonic 1, I'd be like, okay.
I am not getting Sonic Mania anyway, so.
I might. Looks good.
Okay.
I like Sonic. Okay. I like old Sonic.
Okay.
Nintendo's being sued over the Switch tablet removable Joy-Con design. It turns out maybe they're not the first to have this idea.
It turns out. I don't know why it took so long for this company to say, hey, this is our idea. It's been out since March.
Accessory maker GameVice is suing Nintendo over its popular Switch console. This is all coming reported by Engadget. According to the suit, the Switch and its removable Joy-Con controllers are too close to GameVice's version of a combination of detachable game controller and a device with a flexible bridge section.
Whatever.
Not surprising, the lawsuit calls for both damages and a ban of Switch sales. I've included a picture here so that you can see how shitty their design was.
Yeah, their design is not great.
First off, those don't seem to remove based off this picture that we have.
But not based off the picture, yeah.
That tablet must slide all the way out, and then the bottom piece and the two sides are all together.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It looks like Dan and I designed it. So I think any judge is going to look at this and then look at a Switch and go, nah, they're doing something different.
Not just that, but they're going to look at GameVice, who no one's ever heard of, and Nintendo, a staple in the gaming community, and Nintendo, and go, yeah, GameVice, I think you win.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen that way.
It was called the WikiPad.
Or if worse comes to worse, Nintendo can throw a gazillion dollars at it and at them and buy their way out of it.
The WikiPad.
The WikiPad. Wait, I don't even understand. What does that have to do with anything?
No one was going to play the WikiPad. No one.
That's Wikipedia. Wiki. Why? I don't understand why you would call your gaming console a WikiPad.
Yeah, the WikiPad. Jump in, play the WikiPad, jump out.
Stop saying it.
That's what it's called, the WikiPad.
It's called nothing. It's called the Switch.
It's GameVice's WikiPad.
It's a horrible name. It's a stupid name.
Or WikiPad powered by GameVice.
I don't want to hear it anymore. It's Stop it. It's such a stupid name.
Maybe it's not.
It obviously is, because how many of those are sold?
I don't think they ever got made. I think it was just an idea. What if we had a tablet and the controller's like...
Yeah, so why didn't it make it past the planning stage?
They were probably in a round of funding, and they just didn't get to complete. Nintendo made theirs.
Oh, Nintendo stole the plans. Corporate espionage.
It became hard to all of a sudden get funding.
Maybe as soon as they decided to call it the WikiPad is when all the shareholders pulled.
So do you just pull up Wikipedias on it? No. No, it's a game.
I don't understand what's happening.
All right, it's just a normal gamepad.
Oh, so I can get any wiki on here.
All right. So you get all the wikis. It has all the wikis. Are we clear? Every wiki.
Stupid. You deserve to have your shit stolen, GameVice.
All the wikis. That's probably gonna be the name of this episode. The WikiPad. It had like a just different wiki buttons on it.
Yeah,
just you go there.
Yeah.
And when you got tired of scrolling with your hand, and the most convenient way to navigate a tablet, you could slap on some controllers.
Right.
Because most people like using an analog stick to navigate a mouse. That's how
That's how it works.
Most people prefer that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like 1-to-1. It's just
right. I hope it works out for you, Game Vice.
Good luck.
So free Overwatch loot boxes are now available for Prime members. A lot of people probably think this feels gross. I like this.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
I like it. I understand it goes against most of my values, but I'm fine with this for some reason because I think Amazon's great.
Is it maybe? And you don't play Overwatch, so it's
right.
It's like...
So maybe it's a perfect start. If you're both an Amazon Prime subscriber and an Overwatch fan, today's a good day. You can grab 5 free standard loot boxes for Overwatch. The loot's available through Amazon Twitch Prime services, which allows Amazon Prime subscribers to get it for free each month. Amazon gives away items and content for certain games. In June and July, players could snag free golden loot boxes that contain a guaranteed legendary item.
Boom.
It's cool. You know, they also give you a free Twitch subscription that you can assign to whoever.
Right.
So if you have Prime, you could subscribe to someone who has a subscriber tier on Twitch without paying the $5. So I like how this is all integrated and tied in, and I like the rewards. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Amazon doing what they do.
And I do the Prime, so probably another reason I'm okay with it. You know, Prime and chill. I think that's the thing people say.
That's what they say.
Amazon Video, Prime Video, and chill.
Prime Video and chill.
Yeah. That's a thing for sure.
You know what I don't like? The only thing I don't like about their setup is whenever I click on Amazon Prime on my smart TV, it automatically filters for all videos rather than just available for Prime. Because I don't want to pay for the shit. But I'm like...
They want you to, though.
But, you know, I didn't catch it for a long time. I was
Right.
like, oh, shit, this is on... Oh.
Everything's on here.
$5.99? What the fuck?
Yeah.
So then I figured it out, and I was like, oh, yeah, fuckers.
So, let me tell you why I let a lot of shit slide on Prime. Because I'm only paying for the $2 shipping. Or the 2-day shipping with Prime.
I pay for that.
That's the reason I have Prime.
And my wife does the books, so...
See, I'm only paying because I want 2-day shipping. Everything else is a bonus to me.
Right.
So that's why it's okay. Because the fact that I get any videos or any music, all that, a bonus. Because I only want the 2-day shipping on everything.
Gotcha. I'll tell you what I did take advantage of a couple, I think it was a month ago or so when they did that special. It was on Prime Day.
Prime Day.
They did 4 months for 99 cents, Amazon Music. That was fucking $4 well fucking spent. Or not. $1 well spent, I guess. I got 4 months. Now I'm going to have to pay $8.99 every time, but I'm not going to cancel that shit. Once I got all these songs in my library, they all go away if I cancel it. Can't do that.
Speaking of not cancel, that Loot Crate's still coming in, still taking money out of my account.
Well, quick, cancel it.
I guess. I like the stuff that comes in.
I know you do.
Like, I had enough willpower once to cancel, and it didn't work.
So now you're like, well,
I have to work up to it again.
Sign from God.
Well, I was doing laundry, and I was looking at... So far, I've got 4 shirts, 3 boxes. One of them came with a bonus shirt because they fucked up. That's the Rick and Morty shirt that I got. I think maybe I talked about it. I know I told you about it. I wore that in public. I don't know anything about Rick and Morty. Apparently, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So, PSA, if you're going to wear a Rick and Morty shirt, know something about it because people like to talk to you about it. But it came with a Destiny shirt that doesn't look like Destiny. It's for the Sparrow League Racing. Looks good. Sparrow Racing League, whichever order that goes in. I got a badass Brutal Legend shirt. And I got an awesome Crash Bandicoot shirt in this box. So, I mean, so far, I feel pretty good. I'm like, the shirt's a $20 value.
Yeah.
The thing is like $30 though.
Is the other stuff worth 10? You got that badass towel.
Yes and no. I also came with a leather wallet that had that has Uncharted. It's got like something like a saying like in the leather, and it has one of the badass gold coins in there.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll just put this right here on my belt and just carry this around.
There you go.
Is it worth it to me? Yes. Is it worth it? Probably not. Because how much bullshit can you just have?
Right. Over there she goes.
Oh, special guest.
I think somebody's at my house.
Sounds like an intruder.
I don't think it's an intruder. It's probably just a family member.
Could be.
She just barks at everybody.
So we'll move this along so you can get to your intruder.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
It's time for my favorite segment. Gone But Not Forgotten, where we reach back in our gaming past, we dust off an old gem, and we tell you all about it. Because I can't keep track of what we've done in the past, this could be a redo.
What about checking? Gerald does that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't check it, though.
Wow, what a dick.
You know what he told me? He said, just text me what you're going to do, and I'll just tell you if you've done it before.
Oh, shit. Gerald, do not.
He's enabling me to be lazy.
Jesus. You can't even do that.
I can't even do that. So tell me if I've done this before, or if you've done this before.
Tell me if you think you've heard this one before.
Right. Go to the wiki, read all about it, use your wiki pad, see if I've done this before.
Yes, on your wiki pad. All the wikis.
This is a gem from 1983. Before I was alive. Mm-hmm. This week's Gone But Not Forgotten is Root Beer Tapper. Or just Tapper.
Now, here's the problem. Is I don't know if just you and I have talked about it, or if you've talked about it on here.
So if I did not do this game before, if it's been done, it wasn't by me.
Okay.
I'm confident in that.
We must have just talked about it, because I think you want the arcade.
I do want that arcade.
I think that's what we talked about.
Bally Midway, you play the bartender. Exactly. What more do you need? You're basically... There's not much to this game. You're collecting empty mugs. You're sliding down full mugs. That's pretty much all of Tapper and or Root Beer Tapper. Mm-hmm. You're serving guests. You're grabbing the dirty dishes. There's something relaxing about it and also urgent at the same time.
Yes. I remember
because it's very simple, but it's really fun. I would love to have the arcade cabinet of this because I think that's the best way to play it. I have it on NES too, though, which is not a bad way to play it, but
it's not the same.
Maybe we need a HD remake. Maybe we need to put Naughty Dog on Tapper.
Ooh, how about an FMV?
How would that work?
That could be Night Trap 2. Tapper.
Man, I can't wait. Tapper Trap 2. Yeah, maybe we need somebody just to go balls deep on Tapper. Tapper 2017.
Tapper 2017. At this point, it'll be 2018.
You know what's funny about people that make games like that? They get stuck in a rut of only being able to make that game.
Yeah.
Because that was the only idea they had.
Right.
So they just keep making fucking Centipede over and over and over and over because they're like, that was it. That was my
one idea.
Yeah. So, on Mod Nation, I made that track with water on it, and then every track I built after that one, because that one was so popular, I'm like, what if I put water on it?
Right.
It's like, bro, you had one idea.
You got stuck in that rut.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if it's because you truly had one idea or if because you found success.
With that one idea?
You're constantly chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
Because you want that success again, and the only way you know to get it is the one way you got it.
I don't know that chasing the dragon is more opioid related.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That high, you're chasing the high that you got from the success. Opioid epidemic, though, real problem in America.
Mm-hmm.
Something to think about.
It is.
It's not something we're going to talk about.
Nope.
That's this week's Gone But Not Forgotten. If you have one for us, make sure you hit us up on Twitter at @game_stitch using the hashtag GBNF for Gone But Not Forgotten. Next week it'll be Dan's turn. He might do something he doesn't know if he did.
I might. I'll probably do something that I'm pretty sure I didn't do, though.
He might do Tapper next week.
No, it definitely won't be that bad.
Yeah, all right, we'll give it some months between.
Uh-huh.
I also said that I'm positive I didn't do it before. I'm not.
I knew you weren't. I just went with it.
I'm positive I didn't do it before. I don't think I did it before.
Though. I was just going with it in the spirit of things because I got your back. Cause
can we also both agree he's not serving root beer?
Oh, not in my head. Those are loggers.
I mean, if you look at it, yeah, exactly.
Those are loggers.
If you look at it, he's selling beer. He's serving beer. He's a bartender. How many bartenders you know that are just dishing out root beer?
Who do you know that's drinking root beer like that?
Right. It's kind of a hard drink just to pound down. Who are you fooling, Midway and Bally? Or Bidway? So I like to merge them together.
Whatever.
Right. You're probably both out of fucking business at this point. Who are you fooling? Oh, look at your cough making a return to the podcast.
Not this guy. Yeah.
It was a staple for a couple weeks.
It was a staple. That was actually not a cold cough. That was I think I ate a bug cough.
Oh, okay. That's different. I should have mentioned this during the news section, but Overwatch's summer games are also going now. So, Lucio Ball's back. which is their Rocket League-esque style mode.
Yes.
Except for you're not in a car and you're shooting a ball.
Right.
It's like that shitty Metroid Prime game that came out.
Yes.
Metroid Prime Hunters or whatever it was called.
Well, isn't it Fighting Force Federation? Fox Force 5, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you shot the ball into the goal. But it was on 3DS and nobody played it. That one. Just like that. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I am at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan, and together we are at Game_Stitch.
Boom.
I haven't tweeted out in about 3 months. Something to think about.
It's true. He has liked though.
I've liked a few things. You're welcome, everybody.
That's the extent of his social media.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
I am trying to be better about it.
You sent out a picture?
I did send out a picture.
Was that last week?
That was this past week, yes.
Yeah. There you go. One picture. I think that's how you're supposed to use social media.
No, I don't have it. I'm not.
And it's not on Instagram. It's on Twitter. So that's what we do.
Yeah, I don't do Instagram.
You don't gram? Is that what people call it?
I don't Snapchat either.
People like to Snapchat. That's where they send all their dick pics.
I think Snapchat's the big one now.
Yeah, because you snap your dick and then it goes away.
Right.
It's not forever, except for screenshots are forever. Fuck faces.
Yeah. And once it posts to Facebook, it's forever. So if you link it to Facebook, it stays on Facebook.
You don't. Yeah, but there's difference between like your stories and like the private conversations.
I don't know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, I mean I've heard kids talk about it.
I've heard about this new one where you can basically sign up to have anonymous people tell you what they think of you.
I don't see any problems with that.
It's like Sarah, something like that.
Cyberdust is the one you truly use if you want to be secure.
Cyberdust?
That's Mark Cuban's joint, and that's where he does all his contract negotiation through Cyberdust just to prove a point. The problem with Cyberdust...
Point made, though.
The problem with Cyberdust is if you don't read it fast enough, it truly goes away.
Oh, wow.
And they don't retain any records on their end. So, like, if the FBI came and was like, we need all your records, they'd be like, cool, and they just hand them a box of air. because there is nothing. But it's not the easiest thing to use. I haven't used it in a long time, but I tried it just to see what it was like. But I don't have any shady going-ons.
Right, so what fun is it for you?
Right. I could get it if I was like negotiating drug deals or a big contract or, you know.
I feel like maybe I'll sign up for the Snapchat and see how that works.
You're going to snap?
I don't know. As Gamestitch. Maybe.
It's
probably not going to happen, but I'm just trying to make it sound like I'm social media savvy.
Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Which I use some of the social medias, but I obviously don't use them enough.
I don't.
I know you don't. You're super bad at it.
Gamestitch Live. You ever heard of it?
Vague recollection.
Okay.
It's been a while.
If you're it's been a little bit. Some might say it's been too long.
Some might.
So we are doing a Gamestitch Live next week.
We actually had a question from Thomas Barfield this week, and his question was, when's the next Gamestitch Live?
Here, let me tell you my favorite part of this.
We're pieces of shit, Thomas, we know, but thanks for pointing it out for us on social media.
He said, wait, my favorite part of this whole thing is he asked that question, and then Dan and I were texting like, oh yeah, we're fuck faces. And we were like, hey, we're going to do it next week. So I messaged Thomas and I say, hey, did Dan answer you about when we're going to do the next Gamestitch Live? He said, no, but he liked the question, which is my favorite part.
I did like I was going to answer it on the show. That's why I did it.
He said no, but he liked the question. And like he read it, but then just totally didn't answer it. And so I let him know that we're going to do it next week, which when you're listening to this podcast is this week.
Well, he asked it under GSPQ. It specifically says in there, we'll answer your question on the podcast. So that's what I did.
No, but he liked it.
It's a good question.
The week that you're listening to this, that's when we're going to do it. I think we're shooting for Tuesday.
I think so.
And Tuesdays is the 15th.
It is the 15th.
If something changes, you'll get an update on Twitter.
Yes, we'll tell you on Twitter. But right now we're shooting for the 15th.
Yes, so
probably. What time you thinking?
7 Central Standard Time, probably.
7 Central. 8
Does that work for you? Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I don't always get home early enough to do it.
I was actually thinking 8, 9, but
we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Maybe that. Follow us on Twitter at @game_stitch if you want the biz-nass on that. Also,
look for the notification. It'll tell you when we go live.
We're going to stream on YouTube, so if you also subscribe to us on YouTube and set notifications to let you know when we go live, you'll also get a notification there. So that's going to be Tuesday the 15th, unless something changes.
Yes.
Also, we apologize for being late, but we like the fact that you asked us the question.
Yeah,
we actually liked it,
and I liked the question.
Dan liked it. Didn't answer it, but he liked it.
I did answer it. I answered exactly when the stupid post says I'm going to answer it on the podcast.
And let me say this. If you like Gamestitch Live, if that's your joint, if that's your thing, you probably want to be on this next one.
Yeah.
Probably be there for it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Nothing crazy's happening there. Like, I'm not saying that because we're giving away a car or anything, but I'm just saying, like, if, you should probably be there for it.
Be there.
Or be there or be square, there. Some people say.
There you go.
Yeah, you like that one? What does that mean?
Well,
back when you used to call people squares?
Yes, because square means, fucking straight edge.
Yeah, fucking straight edge.
And so, square.
Straight edge sounds hardcore even though it means the opposite.
Yeah, straight edge means you
But if you're like, you're fucking straight edge, you're like, yeah.
It doesn't, no. Because in the back of your head, you know what it means, so... It's
right.
Now you just sound like a lame person trying to sound cool about how lame they are.
That used to be like a hard insult, though.
What, straight edge?
If someone called you a square?
A square, yeah, it used to be, yeah.
You're like, I ain't no square, okay?
Yeah, goddamn, I'm fucking round like a motherfucker.
Right. I ain't no square. All right, you want me to burn a building down? I'll burn a building down. All right, I'm not a square. You want me to steal something and take a TV? What do you need me to do? I'll take 3 people to carry a TV out of here.
Yeah, in those days.
They remember the consoles.
And they had record players in them and liquor cabinets and
oh man, dry weight 600 pounds.
Yeah,
I like dry weight of things that are always dry. That's how I like to do my weight. You would never have like a wet weight for a fucking TV. It'd be no good.
I bet that TV don't weigh 800 pounds soaking wet.
But people say that. You hear people all the time like soaking wet might weigh 100 pounds. You're like, who weighs themselves that way?
Nobody.
Who fully clothed gets totally wet and then weighs themselves? Or naked? Do you weigh more wet when you're naked? I guess maybe if you have long hair.
I'm not a fucking scientist, man.
I have almost no hair. I like to think I weigh the same.
You like, what?
I weigh the same like naked as I do wet naked.
No, because you might not have a lot of hair on your head, but you got a lot of fucking hair on your goddamn body that's soaking up water.
It doesn't catch it like
holding water. Bullshit.
It doesn't. No, it's fine. It's like a grizzly bear.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
Like a grizzly bear?
Yeah, like a grizzly bear.
Okay.
People like grizzlies. They'll kill you though.
Wildebeest. That's what I'm going with.
All bears will kill you. PSA.
Even Panda teddy bears, I can prove it, and I have the proof.
Panda bears, koala bears,
yep.
Grizzlies, blacks,
browns,
polars. Polars will for sure kill you. That's what they do.
Yeah, their job is to look at everything like it's a seal. So,
yeah, I think that's all the bears, and I think we just covered that they'll all kill you.
I'm sure there's other bears that we missed, but
what's the kids' bears?
Teddy bears?
Bernstein bears?
Bernstein bears?
Bernstein bears? Yeah. They didn't kill you.
As far as we know.
They always draw bears to be like fun and cuddly and like Baloo.
And they're not.
From the...
Yeah, and that's not how bears are.
Right, from DuckTales. Is that right?
Baloo's actually was originally in the Jungle Book, but yes.
The Jungle Book.
But yes.
What's the other one where where he's in the plane and delivers shit? Tailspin.
That's Tailspin.
Isn't his name Baloo too?
Yeah, it's the same Baloo.
Is it canon? That's the same one?
It's the same Baloo. It's just...
That's later in life he had to get a job.
Yeah, he has a new job.
He had child support.
Yeah,
I get it.
He couldn't just live on the bare necessities anymore.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Which is the song from Jungle Book. That's the joke.
No, I know that song. That's sometimes I put that on and just drive around with the windows down.
It's just that one, yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I just crank it and I pull up next to somebody and I look at them
that bring the bare necessities to life.
Yep, and I just shoot them a wink. Yep, I just shoot them a wink.
Does it?
They know.
When you wink, does it go tink like it does?
Yep. And then the next song comes on and it's the Circle of Life from Lion King.
Not as good as Bare Necessities. I don't care.
Pretty good.
But I do like the Robin Hood and Little John song from Robin Hood. It's like,
that one's all right.
It's like Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest trying to get away from the sheriff and his men. It's like the rooster.
There's also been a lot of songs written to that same
What's that?
cadence. There's been a lot of songs written to that same cadence too. Most of them way more offensive than the Little John and Robin Hood one. This has been episode 239 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for not being squares.
Thank you.
Fucking squares.
Squares. Straight edge. Straight edge.
See, doesn't it sound hardcore?
No, it doesn't.
Like, you know what it means, so it doesn't, but when you just say it, like, no. I think it's straight edge razors.
Not me.
Those are hardcore. Before I die, I want to get shaved with a straight edge.
I've been shaved with a straight edge.
I want an old guy that shakes to shave me with it.
This person didn't shake, but it was an old guy.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be.
But
somebody new pulls out a straight edge on you, you're like, I don't have any money.
Right, you're getting gutted.
Right.
Your intestines.
You're being robbed.
Right, your intestines are about to fall out. Or your wallet's gone, one or the other. Those are your two options.
Yeah. I have a work cell phone and a regular cell phone. And I oftentimes think if I'm ever a part of a holdup and they're like, everybody put your cell phones down.
Just put one down.
Yeah. I get to call 911.
Right. You're the guy.
Yeah. And I'm excited. Not to be a part of a holdup, but to be the hero. So, something to think about.
Right. Just make sure you point out when they catch you that you're like, well, no, you didn't say phones plural. Just be sure to point that out to them.
I did put my phone down, so I kind of followed directions. Yeah, I'm the guy they drag out in the middle and shoot in the back of the head. They're like, "Are there any other heroes in here?"
Right, to prove a point.
Right. Any other heroes? Anyone find any other loopholes in the rules? Because now this fat sack of shit's dead. Because he didn't want to listen. Because it's on my... I accidentally hit speakerphone. They're like, 911, what's your emergency? Yeah. You're like, oh, no.
Oh, shit.
I didn't realize speaker was on.
Now you're trying to hit mute, so you're getting this boop, 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 boop.
Right, I end the call, then a podcast starts playing. I'm like, oh, shit. Then I have to slide it under someone beside me so they get shot.
Yeah. Now you're not a hero anymore, by the way. Now you're a real piece of shit.
No one's going to be telling that story, though, once we get out of here. It's been episode 239. All the wikis.
All the wikis.
Good night.
Good night.